Your day is not busy. It is shredded. You open one tab, then 5 more. A ping hits, you jump. A meeting ends, and your brain feels like it got rebooted with nothing saved. You spend the next 10 minutes rereading, reorienting, and pretending you are making progress. Meanwhile, the work never looks finished, because you are never fully in it. That is not a motivation problem. Moving to slide 2. Every time you switch, you pay a tax. Not in minutes you can see, but in mental restart costs. You reread the last message. You scan the doc to remember what mattered. You make tiny decisions you did not plan to make, like which thread to answer first, what tone to use, where the file lives. Those micro decisions burn attention fast. Worse, half-finished thoughts stay open in the background like unpaid tabs in your head. Then everything feels urgent, because you never got far enough into any one thing to feel stable. Quality drops quietly, and you blame yourself instead of the system. The fix starts by treating incoming stuff like it is not all the same. Moving to slide 3. A calendar alert, a production outage, and a coworker asking, "Got a sec?" all arrive with the same weaponized ping. But they are not equal. Some inputs are real fires with deadlines and consequences. Most are noise that can wait. Many are ambiguous, which is the most dangerous kind, because your brain tries to interpret it immediately. A few require deep work, meaning you cannot even judge them properly until you have uninterrupted time. When everything arrives in the same channel with the same urgency, you default to reflex. That is how other people's priorities become your schedule. You need a gate that sorts before you engage. Moving to slide 4. Think of an AI as your gatekeeper, not your coworker. Its job is to catch every incoming item before it hits your attention. First, capture it. Email, chat, notes, meeting follow-ups, anything. Then classify intent. Is this a request, a question, an FYI, a decision needed, or a fire? Next, extract the required action in one line, starting with a verb. If context is missing, have the AI draft the exact clarification question you should send, or list what you need to decide. Finally, cue it into the right lane instead of letting it live in your head. When the gatekeeper does its job, you stop reacting and start choosing. Moving to slide 5. Build 3 work lanes: now, next, later. Now is only for real fires and time-critical commitments. If it is in now, you are actively doing it, not just worrying about it. Next is for tasks you will execute soon, one by one, in order. Later is for thinking work, planning, research, and ideas that are valuable but not urgent. Make moves one way, inbox to a lane, and lanes forward, not back into the inbox. Then set WIP limits. In now, 1 item. In next, 3 to 5 max. Later can be longer, but it must be reviewed on a schedule. When your lanes are clear, messages stop being interruptions and start becoming inputs you can turn into briefs. Moving to slide 6. Any message can become real work, so force it to become a brief. Before you reply, rewrite the request in 1 paragraph. What is happening and why it matters? Then make the ask explicit. What do you want from me, and by when? Drop the links or docs that contain the source context so nobody has to hunt. Call out risks and dependencies up front, like waiting on legal, a data pull, or a decision from leadership. Finally, suggest the first step you will take, or the first decision you need from them. This turns vague pings into something you can schedule, delegate, or decline with clarity. When every request arrives as a brief, interruptions start behaving like work instead of emergencies. Moving to slide 7. Interruptions are not all equal. Triage them the same way you would triage bugs. If it is urgent and important, you respond now, but you still define the next action and timebox it. If it is important but not urgent, you schedule it and you stop thinking about it until that block. If it is urgent but delegatable, assign an owner, set a check-in time, and move on. If it is FYI, park it in a review bucket you scan once a day or once a week. And if it is noise, you ignore it or unsubscribe so it cannot keep taxing your attention. You do not need more willpower. You need categories that make the default response obvious and that clarity makes every meeting easier to end with a real result. Moving to slide 8. Meetings should produce artifacts, not vibes. Capture decisions the moment they happen, with the exact wording. Assign an owner and a due date for every action. Park open questions in one list so they do not hijack the room. Push actions straight into your workflow lanes, then close the loop before anyone leaves. If you cannot tell what changes tomorrow because of this meeting, it was not a meeting, it was a rehearsal. Moving to slide 9. Deep work does not survive an open inbox. Set your focus blocks to auto-mute non-critical channels and let only true fires reach you. Batch replies at set times, like late morning and end of day, so you are not constantly reopening the same problem. When someone drops a question mid-block, hold it in a queue, not in your head. If it is genuinely urgent, surface it with a single sentence. What broke, who is blocked, and what decision is needed now? Everything else waits. And always save a resume point before you switch, a one-line note that says what you were doing and the very next step. That tiny habit prevents the 20-minute restart tax and keeps your best hours doing your best work. Moving to slide 10. The fastest teams ask better questions by default. Build templates for your common asks, like bug reports, design requests, stakeholder updates, and data pulls. Each template should auto-request the missing details that usually cause 5 extra messages, like scope, audience, constraints, and example inputs. Add a default definition of done so everyone knows what finished means, including format, quality bar, and where it will live. Use standard priority labels that mean the same thing to everyone, like P0 today, P1 this week, P2 when available. When the question arrives complete, the answer is faster, decisions are cleaner, and the back and forth stops feeling like a second job, which is how you end up bouncing less between tools. Moving to slide 11. Stop tool ping-pong by giving yourself one place to land. One unified inbox view means every incoming item shows up in the same queue, whether it started as email, chat, a ticket, a doc comment, or a calendar note. Then you connect the dots with cross-links between artifacts. The task links to the spec links to the decision links to the launch checklist. Now context travels with the work, not in your head. Search across silos is the second lever. You should be able to type a customer name, error code, or project tag and get results from every system you use, ranked by recency and ownership. That eliminates duplicate task lists, because you are not recreating the same reminder in 3 places just to feel safe. The goal is a single source of truth for what matters now, what is blocked, and who owns the next move. When your workflow stops scattering, your thinking stops scattering too, and it becomes much easier to keep everything safe and accurate. Moving to slide 12. Make it safe and accurate by design, not by wishful thinking. Start with permissions being respected automatically. If you cannot open a file, the assistant cannot summarize it. If you only have access to a redacted view, that is all it can use. That one rule prevents accidental leaks and prevents summaries that were built from data you should not have seen. Next, requires citations for every summary. Not trust me, but clickable references back to the exact message, ticket, or paragraph that supports each claim. When a summary is missing a citation, treat it as incomplete, not helpful. Add confidence flags on answers. High confidence means it found direct sources. Medium means it inferred from patterns. Low means it is guessing. You then decide how much to rely on it. For anything leaving your org, keep human approval for sends. Drafts can be fast. Sending must be intentional. And keep an audit trail for changes, so you can see what was altered, when, and by whom. That is how you move quickly without losing control. And it sets you up for a rollout you can actually trust. Moving to slide 13. A 10-day rollout plan keeps this from turning into a 6-month migration. Days 1 to 2. Baseline. Measure how many tools you check, how often you context switch, and where tasks get duplicated. Pull a sample week of work and tag the top 5 sources of noise. Days 3 to 4. Intake. Choose the unified inbox and connect the systems that create most of your incoming work. Define a small set of categories, like urgent, waiting, deep work, and admin. Set one rule for what enters the inbox and what gets ignored. Days 5 to 6. Triage. Build a daily routine, 2 scheduled triage windows, hard limits on what you pull into today, and explicit owners on every item. Add crosslinks so each task points to the artifact that proves it is real. Days 7 to 8. Briefs. Create one-page briefs for recurring work, incident updates, customer follow-ups, weekly planning. Require citations and confidence flags. Days 9 to 10. Protect. Lock in permissions, human approvals, and the audit trail. By day 10, your workflow is stable enough to become your default. Moving to slide 14. Your new default day is quieter. You do fewer reactive checks because the inbox is unified. You get longer focus windows because triage happens on purpose, not constantly. Handoffs get cleaner because the task links to the proof, the decision, and the owner. Decisions get documented once, with citations, and then reused. Your attention goes to building, not chasing. If you want more systems like this, subscribe. Then drop a comment with the tool stack you are stuck in, and what keeps breaking first. Tools evolve. Principles endure.